Earvin Magic Johnson Jr., born August 14, 1959, is an American businessman and former professional basketball player. Often regarded as the greatest point guard of all time, Johnson spent his entire career with the Los Angeles Lakers in the National Basketball Association (NBA). After winning a national championship with Michigan State in 1979, Johnson was selected first overall in the 1979 NBA draft by the Lakers, leading the team to 5 NBA championships during their Showtime era. Johnson retired abruptly in 1991 after announcing that he had contracted HIV, but returned to play in the 1992 All-Star Game, winning the All-Star MVP award. After protests against his return from his fellow players, he retired again for 4 years, but returned in 1996, at age 36, to play 32 games for the Lakers before retiring for the third and final time. Earvin has an estimated net worth of $1.2 billion. Early life. Earvin Johnson Jr. was born in Lansing, Michigan, to General Motors assembly worker Earvin Sr. and school janitor Christine. Johnson, who had 6 siblings and 3 half-siblings by his father's previous marriage, was influenced by his parents' strong work ethic. His mother spent many hours after work each night cleaning their home and preparing the next day's meals, while his father did janitorial work at a used car lot and collected garbage, all while never missing a day at General Motors. Johnson would often help his father on the garbage route, and he was teased by neighborhood children who called him Garbage Man. His mother raised him in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Johnson came to love basketball as a young man. His favorite basketball player growing up was Bill Russell, whom he admired more for his many championships than his athletic ability. He also idolized players such as Earl Monroe and Marquez Haynes, and practiced all day. Johnson came from an athletic family. His father played high school basketball in his home state of Mississippi, and Johnson learned the finer points about the game from him. Johnson's mother, originally from North Carolina, 30, had also played basketball as a child, and she grew up watching her brothers play the game. By the time he had reached the 8th grade, Johnson had begun to think about a future in basketball. He had become a dominant junior high player, once scoring 48 points in a game. Johnson looked forward to playing at Sexton High School, a school with a very successful basketball team and history that also happened to be only 5 blocks from his home. His plans underwent a dramatic change when he learned that he would be bused to the predominantly white Everett High School instead of going to Sexton, which was predominantly black. Johnson's sister Pearl and brother Larry had bused to Everett the previous year and did not have a pleasant experience. There were incidents of racism, with rocks being thrown at buses carrying black students and white parents refusing to send their children to school. Larry was kicked off the basketball team after a confrontation during practice, prompting him to beg his brother not to play. Johnson did join the basketball team but became angry after several days when his new teammates ignored him during practice, not even passing the ball to him. He nearly got into a fight with another player before head coach George Fox intervened. Eventually, Johnson accepted his situation and the small group of black students looked to him as their leader. Personal life. Johnson first fathered a son in 1981 when Andre Johnson was born to Melissa Mitchell. Although Andre was raised by his mother, he visited Johnson each summer and later worked for Magic Johnson Enterprises as a marketing director. In 1991, Johnson married Erlitha Cookie Kelly in a small wedding in Lansing which included guests Thomas, Aguirre, and Herb Williams. Johnson and Cookie have one son, Earvin III, who is openly gay and a star on the reality show Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. The couple adopted a daughter, Elisa, in 1995. Johnson resides in Beverly Hills and has a vacation home in Dana Point, California. Johnson is a Christian and has said his faith is the most important thing in his life. In 2010, Johnson and then current and former NBA players such as LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Bill Russell, as well as Maya Moore from the WNBA, played a basketball game with President Barack Obama as an exhibition for a group of military troops who had been injured in action. The game was played at a gym inside Fort McNair, and reporters covering the president were not allowed to enter. The basketball game was a part of other festivities organized to celebrate Obama's 49th birthday. Johnson had an extremely close relationship with Lakers owner Jerry Buss, whom he saw as a mentor and father figure. Calling Buss his second father and one of his best friends, Johnson spent 5 hours visiting Buss at the hospital just a few months before his 2013 death from cancer. Speaking to media just hours after Buss had died, Johnson was emotional, saying, "Without Dr. Jerry Buss, there is no magic." Buss acquired the team from Jack Kent Cooke in 1979, shortly before he drafted Johnson with the number 1 pick in the 1979 NBA draft. Buss took a special interest in Johnson, introducing him to important Los Angeles business contacts and showing him how the Lakers organization was run, before eventually selling Johnson a stake in the team in 1994. Johnson credits Buss with giving him the business knowledge that enabled him to become part owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Buss supported Johnson as he revealed his diagnosis of HIV in 1991, and he never hesitated to keep Johnson close to the organization, bringing him in as part owner and even as a coach. Johnson had never seriously considered coaching, but he agreed to take the head coaching position with the Lakers in 1994 at Buss' request. In 1992, Buss had given Johnson a contract that paid him $14 million a year as payback for all the years he was not the league's highest-paid player. Although Johnson's retirement prior to the 1992-93 NBA season voided this contract, Buss insisted that he still be paid. It was this arrangement that allowed Johnson to coach the team without receiving any additional salary. After Johnson ended his coaching stint, Buss sold him a 4% stake in the Lakers for $10 million, and Johnson served as a team executive. Real estate. Magic Johnson and his wife own a home in Beverly Hills in the gated section known as Beverly Park. The couple also owns a Tuscan-style beach house in Dana Point, in Orange County, California. The couple used to own a house in Napili, Hawaii, but it was too far to get to when their children were growing up, so they swapped it for the beach house located about 75 miles south of Beverly Hills. Johnson's Bel Air estate, which he called home from 1981 through 1990, hit the market in 2022 for $14.5 million before being reduced to $11.5 million in 2023. Magic Johnson originally bought the home for $600,000 the year after winning his first NBA championship and sold it for $2 million. Awards and honors. Known for his extraordinary court vision, passing abilities, and leadership on the court, Johnson was one of the most dominant players of his era. His career achievements include 3 NBA Most Valuable Player awards, 3 NBA Finals MVPs, 9 All-NBA First Team designations, and 12 All-Star Game selections. Johnson was honored as one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history in 1996 and selected to the NBA 75th anniversary team in 2021, and became a 2-time inductee into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Professional career. Magic was the first overall pick of the 1979 draft, chosen by the Los Angeles Lakers. In his rookie season, Magic and teammate Kareem Abdul-Jabbar led the Lakers to the NBA championship, where Magic was named the MVP of the NBA Finals. Magic won 5 NBA championships with the Lakers in the years 1980, 1982, 1985, 1987, and 1988. He was the 3-time NBA Finals MVP in 1980, 1982, and 1987. He was the 3-time NBA Most Valuable Player in 1987, 1989, and 1990. He went to the All-Star Game 12 times and was a 2-time MVP of the All-Star Game. He is considered the greatest point guard of all time. Magic's career was cut short by his 1991 contraction of the HIV virus. Magic returned to the NBA as the coach of the Lakers near the end of the 1993-94 NBA season. He replaced Randy Fund and Bill Burka at the urging of team owner Jerry Buss. The Lakers played well under Johnson's coaching initially, winning 5 of their first 6 games, but after losing the next 5 games, Johnson announced that he was resigning as coach after the season. The Lakers finished the season on a 10-game losing streak, and Johnson's final record as a head coach was 5-11. He said that it was never his dream to coach, so instead, he purchased a 5% share of the team in June 1994. During the 1995-96 season, then 36-year-old Magic Johnson attempted a comeback as a player and rejoined the Lakers for that season. The Lakers had a record of 22-10 in the games Johnson played, and he considered his final comeback a success. After the Lakers lost to the Houston Rockets in the first round of the playoffs, Johnson retired permanently. In 905 NBA games, Johnson tallied 17,707 points, 6,559 rebounds, and 10,141 assists for career averages of 19.5 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 11.2 assists per game, the highest assists per game average in NBA history. Johnson shares the single-game playoff record for assists, 24, holds the finals record for assists in a game, 21, and has the most playoff assists, 2,346. He is the only player to average 12 assists in an NBA Finals series, achieving it 6 times. He holds the All-Star Game single-game record for assists, 22, and the All-Star Game record for career assists, 127. Retirement. After announcing his infection in November 1991, Johnson created the Magic Johnson Foundation to help combat HIV. Johnson has been an advocate for HIV/AIDS prevention and safe sex, as well as an entrepreneur, philanthropist, and broadcaster. His public announcement of his HIV-positive status in 1991 shocked the public and went a long way toward dispelling the stereotype at the time that HIV was a gay disease that heterosexuals didn't have to worry about. Thank you for watching, and kindly don't forget to subscribe. You may also like and share this video to family and friends.